weeks program. Study abroad in China. The first week is in Chongqing, in the Yangtze Normal University. And then, in fact, 4 days. Oh, that's good for you guys if you want. And then 10 days in Beijing. I mean, 10 days in Beijing is still nothing. I mean, you can't explore all the stuff in Beijing in 10 days, but it's long enough. So, see. Here are the top 10 things to do in Beijing from the TripAdvisor. I never see this website from Beijing. I know what I want to do in Beijing. So, Great Wall is the first one. That's for sure, right?
How far is that from Beijing?
Huh?
How far is that from Beijing?
Great Wall?
Yeah.
It's like suburban 1 hour travel distance. It's not far as well. But the problem is the traffic. You can't expect the traffic. It depends on
Take a few hours to get there.
Yeah, if the traffic is really bad, it can be 2 or 3 hours there. And it depends on how many people are there. Whether you can claim on this Great Wall. But I would say on May, it should be fine. And Summer Palace. Yeah, that is beautiful. That was beautiful too. Definitely, you should visit that. I didn't know that is $120 for visiting the Great Wall. For me, it was free, but I only went that when I was like 12 years old, so long time ago. Private tour, okay, that must be some private program. Oh, the Temple of Heaven is also. You can see this picture. It's great. It's like the emperor before that they respect their ancestors every year, so they have a big ceremony or something like that every year. So it's pretty ancient. Palace Museum. Oh, well, that's probably it. Personally, I never go to that place because maybe you think about you didn't go to too many museums in United States, right? But you will go to foreign museum once you visit their place. But I think it's a good place. Another Great Wall. That's so many, because Great Wall is 10,000 miles from the east coast until the west of China. So it's pretty long. And so there's several places you can visit. And many parts of Great Wall are not protected very well in the past 2,000 years. So you can't visit all of them. But in Beijing, close to Beijing, that's very good place to visit the Great Wall.
How tall is it, you know?
Huh?
How tall?
It depends, but how tall is that? You guys know that? I don't know, but you just climb or maybe half an hour. You can climb on maybe 20 minutes. That's pretty much. You can climb on.
20 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not too tall, but the problem is that sometimes there's too many people. So you can't move, so that can be a problem. But I would say middle May should be fine. Yeah. And yeah, there's another Great Wall. Jinshan Park. Yeah, I like most of this place. I like most of this place. I would say there's a lot of things to explore in Beijing. I mean, that's also something you can explore in our physics stop, Chongqing. Let's see Chongqing because you guys are not familiar with Chongqing. So, still, TripAdvisor. So, TripAdvisor, the first thing is that, where is that? Chiqiu. Yeah. Another museum, and I went to that place. Okay, Hot Spring, that's good. Single area. But Chongqing is very famous. Chongqing originally belongs to Sichuan province, so they are very famous about spicy food. If you really like hot pots, right? Spicy food, hot pots, that's the best place to go. Yeah, to explore food. Their food are very good. And usually spicy. So if you don't like spicy food, you want to have some concern to try them. But if you are okay about spicy food, you should taste a lot in Chongqing, and the price is very cheap. Chongqing's food price probably one of the cheapest cities in China. It's very cheap, so you should try that in Chongqing. And also it has great mountain, and I like that mountain in Chongqing too. So mountain natural, so it's pretty nice. And What else? Yeah, definitely we have some communication program with the students in Yangtze Normal University, and also University of Geoscience in Beijing. So you will face different culture, different language from your similar age students, and yeah. I personally like this program, but as Jack said, maybe some of our students here are a little bit have some concern to go abroad, especially we have some accidents recently I believe in Costa Rica, right? So definitely be safe is very important. I can definitely understand that if some students have some concern, definitely it's personal choice, right? But from the cost base, I would say it's definitely a great program. They didn't mention the cost here because they probably haven't fixed that. But what I heard that's $900. $900.
Would seniors be able to walk if they go to that?
You mean what do you mean by you walk away?
No, I'm saying like graduate, like walk here,
Graduation
get our diploma.
ceremony.
Oh, you have to skip your graduation ceremony because it's May 6th, I believe. Oh, it's the date on May 6th.
7th.
I can't even do that.
It's which
Graduation's on May 7th.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you can't attend the graduation ceremony. Or if you think that's the most important moment for your life, definitely this can be a concern. Yeah. That's it's your choice. As I said. But 900 is nothing. I can tell you. Let's do that way. Okay, which website you search flight tickets? Tell me.
Expedia.
Expedia. Okay, Expedia. Expedia. Let's say May 6th, exact our schedule. Right? May 6th to Beijing, or not even Chongqing. Let's say RDU, right? RDU to Beijing. May 6th.
You can go in.
And come back on May 20.
Graduate on. It's the same day.
Why is room? Okay.
Well, shit.
It's flight. Okay. Search. You wanna know what's the big deal mean for this price? I want to go if I was a student.
Air Canada. Yeah. Give me a call. I'll be there for you.
Price show up. Okay, that's cheapest. $1,200. As I told you. I mean, this sometimes you maybe get some deal, but I would say for the summertime, May, very little chance you get below 1,000 just for the flights. That's here. But our cost is what? $900 for 2 weeks.
Plus you get to stay and eat.
Yeah.
Okay, because.
But graduation is in the morning. What time y'all gonna be leaving from here?
As I said, you can't attend if you decide to go to this one. You can't attend the ceremony. That is one of the trade-off.
See, then
And the other course is just $900 as far as I know, right?
Can you check Peru real quick?
What?
Check Peru. I want to
Okay, which city in Peru you want to go?
Lima.
Lima. Okay, no problem.
We're gonna take a while, I guess.
LIMA, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
that should be. I would guess $800, something like that.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess so. That's just a rough guess. So.
just get it.
Yeah, definitely in the summertime, if you don't go attend any study abroad, you should still plan your personal traveling program. That's my personal suggestion because it's the best time for traveling. Summer.
Does it go up? Like, for example, if you go to May 6th to further, like not May 20th, for example, like July,
Oh, $600.
Does it go up?
Pretty cheap. Huh?
does it go up by, like, if you stay longer, or?
Not really. It depends. So for the flight tickets, really depend on season. If you go, if you come back on July, that can be very expensive. The reason that many new Chinese students or some students like Yare, Zheting, they will come back from China.
Okay.
Come back from China on July or August, so that can be very expensive. But if you come back early, that can be cheaper because in May, students for this group, they are not beginner far away from semester. They will arrive in the United States on July or late June. So that's the time they arrive.
One, like Airlines.
That's I just want to show that okay the flight ticket because I also look at the flight ticket by myself because I try to go back to China next summer as usual. Okay, that's if you have any further question, please contact Dr. Spina. You know much better about this program than me. Which maybe I know much better about what place we should go in China than him. All right, so no questions. Good. I will give back your homework at the end of today's class, and I already post the sample exam in the Blackboard. We will have the exam 2 on Wednesday, right? Everybody should be here and must be here on Wednesday because we will have the exam. Okay. What's the weight of this exam? What's the percentage of exam counts for the total score?
20%.
No?
15.
15%. So final exam counts for 20%. But it's still very important. Right?
You count all 3, right?
Yeah, 15% for the first 2, so it's 30% plus the last one 20%. So our exam counts for 50%, so half. Half your score depends on your performance exam. Okay. That's exam 1's performance is pretty good, so we'll see exam 2. Okay, so e-business we have discussed the advantage of e-business. We also mentioned that some disadvantage if you don't work for e-business, work for physical store. Right? And all the fulfillment problem for e-business. The problem is that when we click online, when we order something online, we hope, since we already place order, we hope it's like the same experience like we place order in Macy's, in JCPenney. Well, we understand it's different, but we still have some expectation. We order these nights, we should receive in 2 or 3 days. That's our expectation. But we know it can be really hard for e-business. If the seller is in Europe, okay, that can be really hard. You can receive that in 2 or 3 days. And some other problems crazy is that the demand variabilities, right? Because it's e-business, it's not like Macy's or JCPenney. You know that's how many shoes in this shelf. You know that's the inventory level. You can't place too much if there's out of stock. But for the e-business, well, sometimes we can't control our demand pattern. For whatever reasons, many people rush to our website to purchase like 1,000 units in 1 day. And even our website didn't crash, but we can't satisfy this 1,000 units demand, right? That can create problem. And inventory can be another problem because for many e-businesses, they outsource their order fulfillment, also control. The reason is very simple because e-business is really easy to outsource. You just have a website. You just have a website that can you order from your supplier about the stuff to satisfy your customer. If you build a large warehouse, then you have a high internal holding cost. That's another problem. It's a trade-off. But there's so many examples with the, the internet demand exceeds our organization's ability to fulfill the orders. Do you guys have any experience that you buy something online and finally you didn't get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Example?
Yeah. I tried to sell a video game online and I tried to ship it internationally and kind of got lost.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna happen. So your customer is not happy, right?
Mm-mm.
Any other experience?
I've had it ordering where like it goes on back order after you order it.
Yeah.
Thing.
How long?
Message thing.
How long do you wait until you really get this stuff?
Like, it was like over a month and a half.
Yeah. That's not good experience, right? Maybe you are not in hurry. I do have one experience. It was very pleasant experience. Maybe 2 years ago, as in the Valentine's Day. You know that we should prepare in Valentine's Day. I know girls don't need to prepare anything. But for boys, man, what we should prepare? Valentine's Day.
Wine.
Huh?
Wine.
It's just for yourself, right? For the significant other. Valentine's Day, nothing?
Chocolate, of course.
Chocolates. What else?
Dinner.
Dinner.
Flowers.
Flowers. Yeah. What's that? All these flowers online. I order flowers online because that's a promotion. They say, okay, if you order flowers through like American Airlines website, you get like 6%, 10% cashback. So this website, this vendor of flowers not just work with American Airlines, he work with United Airlines, work with Chase, with different credit card. So they promote their program significantly in this Valentine's Day. I mean, lots of people rush their website, including myself, to place the order. But we place order pretty like 1 week ago. We say, okay, want the rose delivered to my house at that time, place order. And then wait until 8 p.m. My wife got nothing. Okay. And unfortunately, she is not a person into the flower. Okay. She has some objections, say, please don't give me the flower in one. I say, okay, this is a good flower, let's do that. But anyway, we didn't get that. Okay, the customer service just crashed because many people didn't get flower at that day. Just crashed. And then I went to I can't tell you their customer number. They're waiting for hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then I went to their Facebook. And now they have some Facebook customer service webpage. It's just amazing. That every second there's a new complaint posting their Facebook. Literally every second, everybody just complain their Facebook. I do talk, I have very long talk. I say, your inventory management is really bad. If you can't have very good inventory management, please control your internet demand. You can't accept so many demand, especially for these very important products, flowers, in Valentine's Day. They finally apologized to me after like 1 week. They probably have to apologize to every customer, and then they provide some flowers for free to us after 1 week, shipped to us for free. But still, I will never purchase flowers from their websites for any significant moments. Well, maybe usual time is fine, maybe like birthday, but Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, no way. I wouldn't trust them anymore. And they lost a lot of money. I believe they're not just compensated myself, they probably compensated a lot of customers because people are very angry about that. So you can see that's a really bad example. When your internet demand is great, and it's why this can happen? In your opinion, why this flower company can make this mistake? Why they make this mistake? What's the problem?
They didn't limit their orders to.
They didn't limit the order. They should have some flag on their ability to how many orders they can process. Right. What other mistake probably make? They can't fulfill all the orders. What about their?
Not enough materials.
Huh?
Not enough materials. Like.
You mean raw materials?
Yeah.
Their business model is like this. So they have local vendors because they can't ship the flowers from like California to North Carolina. They have local vendors. They have very good relationship with local vendors. Like usual time, they have orders. Say you take out the zip code 28372. That's their model. But they have problems on the Valentine's Day, right? Because local vendors, they are very busy with their own business. Probably they sold out all the flowers for local people. So this can be a problem. But definitely, as you mentioned, Franco, with supplier or partners, it's definitely a problem. I was think another problem is about marketing departments. Well, when marketing department did this promotion, work with Chase, we work with American Airlines, work with different banks, do the promotion. They didn't collaborate very well with their operations management. Well, you have to collaborate. When you do the promotion, to double check whether you have the ability to provide this demand. The same as for Lion Woman, if you do want any promotion discount, you want to check inventory level. If you really can handle this promotion, that's a problem for them. Okay, definitely, another is customer service, right? They can't handle the huge amount of complaints. So when we do the e-business, you should definitely think in that way because when your business becomes better and better, this will finally happen, and this hurts a lot for the business. Supply management, we have to choose the correct suppliers, right? We have to audit them, to check their quality, and give them certification if they satisfy our requirements. And then we have to manage the relationship, especially for the long-term relationship. And then finally, we reach this stage, we have the partnership with some very reliable supplier. So then we can do collaborative planning, forecasting, and the replenishment with our supplier. Also reach the level of strategic customer. So supplier can be very helpful for us if they are very reliable, right? But it can also create our problems if they are not reliable or if they want to join the industry we are doing now. Can be our head-to-head competitor. So some other things we want to pay attention is vendor analysis. We want to evaluate the source of supply in terms of price, quality, reputation, and service. Which really depends on industry. For many industry, price is the most important things, right? Price is the most important. But for some other industry, for example, quality and service can be the most important thing for your vendor. Audit. So we want to keep current on supplier's production or service capability, quality, and the delivery problems. And then give the certification if we have a detailed examination of their policy and capabilities. There are different types of relationship between us, okay, and the supplier. Short term. Usually for short term is involve the most important thing we consider is the price. So involve the competitive bidding system has very little interactions about for our supplier. And for midterm, it's often involve an ongoing relationship. We try to build out a long-term relationship with our supplier. And long-term often involve great cooperation that's involved into a partnership. Final step we want to reach is the strategic partnering. So it's two or more business organizations that have complementary products or service joined so that each may realize the strategic benefits. Some examples say, okay, a supplier agreed to hold inventory for a customer in return for long-term commitments. So the customer inventory holding costs are reduced and the supplier is relieved of the cost that would be needed to continuously find a new customer. Okay. Let's talk about this model. So, a supplier agrees to hold inventory for a customer. What's the benefits for the customer for these agreements? What's the benefits? A supplier agrees to hold inventory for a customer.
They know that it'll always be available. It's a
More,
short,
yeah,
short
definitely.
lead
They
time.
have higher capacity from supplier than yourself. What else?
They can just like meet the variability in demand if it ever spikes.
Mhm.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
have high availability. And then one thing I already mentioned is holding costs, right? You don't need to hold the stuff in your warehouse. Another thing you want to pay attention to, usually for the holding costs, consider holding costs, right? You hold the same amount, right? So you hold in Best Buy, what's you hold in Samsung what brand? iPhone. Okay, sorry about that. So, it's iPhone. Much higher level, similar level than JJ is here. So similar level with Samsung. Okay. So you have iPhone. An iPhone holding Best Buy versus iPhone holding Apple's warehouse. Which one do you think has a lower holding cost?
The iPhone held in Apple's warehouse.
Apple's warehouse, right? Why you think if you're holding your supplier iPhone in your Apple's warehouse has a lower holding cost than holding by Best Buy or Walmart? Why?
Because they've had a longer strategic relationship with their vendor.
We're compelled to two partners, like the retailer store, Best Buy, versus Apple. As Bernard said, I agree with what Bernard said. So if you're holding the same product, you hold in Apple, probably have a lower holding cost than you hold that in Best Buy. Why?
This is,
Jack?
You want to go?
I was just gonna say, like, it's expected for Apple to be holding Apple products now.
No. Best Buy, AT&T, they have all Apple's products.
But they have a variety of products. So
Yeah, they
like,
have one. That's right.
So like, it's different costs for each of the products while they're holding it, and Apple seems to
That's
be
right.
more expensive.
But
product.
still, we are talking about the same iPhone 6, right?
Yeah.
The same. The same products. I'm not talking about Samsung or Motorola. Jack?
Like markup prices for selling it from your retailer. Apple store is still under the Apple name, Apple retailer, so it's your own. Like every store becomes like your own warehouse, but with Best Buy, you're charging the retailer like a wholesale cost that they have to pay, and that they're gonna charge up again to the customer, to where it's actually gonna be a
I
higher
understand what
holding
you
cost.
mean. You double charge the holding cost, but let's say we don't consider whether Apple charge the cost for Best Buy. I just say this iPhone sleep in your warehouse in Best Buy for 1 month versus it sleep in warehouse in Apple for 1 month. Consider maintenance cost. Let's say the opportunity cost is the same. Consider maintenance cost, the security cost, cleaning cost. I would say sleep 1 month in Apple has lower cost than sleeping 1 month in Best Buy. Why?
Apple makes more money.
No, we are just focused on the cost.
They could have lower holding costs.
Yeah, why it has lower holding costs? Talk about why Apple probably has lower holding costs, but it's the same products than Best Buy.
Because they have more or do they have more of the product because it's Apple and they have, I don't know, they make the product, right?
Yeah, they make a product. Yeah, definitely. But you think about if this iPhone is still maybe play your iPhone too. If the iPhone is stuck in the Apple's warehouse, you don't have to display that. Why you have so many boxes, right? Maybe it's sealed box just there, like 100 iPhone, right? You don't need to pay a lot of time, but Best Buy, right? It's different. You probably want to display that it's clear, and the security cost and the retailer store, the rental cost is much higher. Okay, the employee cost. So that's all contribute to the holding cost. Remember that. That's why in most situations, supplier, the upper level supply chain usually has a lower holding cost. If you consider about supplier to manufacturing to retailer, usually the upstream has a lower holding cost per unit. So that's why this model will benefit for the whole supply chain. But it's not just benefit for the customer, it's benefit for the whole supply chain. If your supplier can hold that way. No matter many others has mentioned that because Apple or Procter & Gamble, they have a huge pool of products. They have little chance to run out of stock. If you hold by yourself, you have very big chance to run out of stock. So that can be another problem. There's a lot of example in industry they do it that way. Jack?
So that's always the case when a supplier agrees to hold inventory, that it's going to be beneficial for the entire supply chain?
We definitely can't say it's all the case. But from my observation, it's true for many situations. True for many situations. That's when I did the research, even when I was PhD the first 2 years, we did a research about we talk about cost, centralized supply chain cost versus decentralized supply chain cost, which means, okay, if you want to have really collaboration, you want to reach the total cost minimized, right? It's not just one place cost. We try to focus on total cost of all players supply chain. Usually, when we set that, the holding cost in the higher level is much lower than the holding cost in the retail level, which is easy to understand, right? Because in the upstream level, it's really just hold, put whatever you have a space, just hold that. But retailer store, you don't just hold. Usually you have to display, it's clean, okay? Appearance is very important. That's why we have actual holding costs. Okay, inventory management, we don't need to mention too much about inventory management because you guys are very familiar with that and you have to review that for the exam on Wednesday, right? So central inventory and this one we have discussed, right? And inventory velocity is the speed at which goods move through a supply chain. The supply chain is longer and longer with global supply chain. Definitely, this can be a very important factor to affect our delivery time and the quality control. This concept, the Boole effect, is very important. It's special for this chapter. So it's the inventory oscillation that's become increasingly larger looking back through the supply chain. Let's explain that to you guys. So let's say we have supply, manufacturing, let's say distributor, retailer. That's the typical supply chain. And we can add another one, final customer. So it's a very typical supply chain. What Boole effect means that your retailers, if you check, like say Walmart, or this one product, your inventory definitely have some fluctuation. Because the demand has fluctuation, right? You have all the quantity come and then going down, going up. So have some fluctuation. but it's not too much. You come upward to the distributor, it has large fluctuation for inventory, and then manufactured even more, and then supply is still a huge fluctuation. It's not easy to explain that, but we will play this game on Friday. So after exam 2, we have a very casual day on Friday. We'll play the game. From my previous experience, students really enjoy this game because you will compete with others. So it will be played by team. So team, you know your team, right? We have the case study 1. So each team will play as a player here. Supply, manufacturing, distributor. I will send you guys an email attached with the detail of the game's rule and what decision you have to make. But this is generally speaking, there's 2 costs we have to consider when we play the game. First is a holding cost. Second is shortage penalty cost. Basically, if every day, so we have a daily game, so every day customer come here to order the products from you. Customer, okay. And the second day, and then you decide you order quantity from your partner. Like let's say you are the retailer, you decide the order quantity from your distributor. By the end of the day, okay, you set your customer demand. If you have any lefts over, you have actual holding costs. Understand? Lefts over creates holding costs, right? But if you have any stock outs, you have shortage penalty costs. So your goal is that to make your demand forecast and to order exactly the amounts to send to your customer. But we know it's really hard to match exactly. But we'll see by the end of the game, we'll see this bullwhip effect. I can guarantee that you will see these effects. Right? But this very interesting game, you guys will see. Let's just show some previous graph. Okay, that's by, I believe, 2013's fourth semesters, this graph from the teams. Right? So you can see, when I play in 2013, right, the demand in green line, which is customer, is very stable. It not fluctuates too much. But let's say the last player, manufacturing, in this blue line. This is their production plan. I can tell you, usually the manufacturer is a very good team. They try their best, but they still perform that. So we'll see what you guys perform on Friday. Okay, this must be very interesting. I'll prevent a lot of candies, by the way. So because I can't let my daughter eat all the candies she has. That's just not healthy at all. So I'll steal something from her. I hope she doesn't mind. But last year she doesn't mind, but this year, okay, we'll have some fights for sure. Okay. But anyway, so that's the game we're playing, and I hope you guys will enjoy. So please come to the class on Friday, because your team member lead you. It's a teamwork. Well, it's very important. I will send you guys an email about to assign the role for each team and the instruction of the game. So after Wednesday's exam, you have time to prepare the game on Friday. And by the way, you will have chocolates and candies at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any candies? Guys, any candies in on Halloween? Too old to get candy?
Yeah, I got like.
Okay. Should get some candies.
Ranko did.
I got some from my daughter. So.
They had candy and some drinks over at the bar, so you count that as candy?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as long as it's free. Right? It's Halloween, right? We should get free candy.
That I'll actually drink.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's very important. Right? That's Halloween.
No,
I find that before I have daughter,
Yeah.
I didn't really experience what is
That
Halloween.
was just a business.
But until I have daughter, I see some home they decorate so good.
Which was the favorite.
It's really scary. That's I went to one neighborhood. They decorate the whole garage. Was so scary with like the black cats
Oh, nice.
running out of the they have smoke from the garage. They have a lot of zombie just in the garage. I have a friend posting Facebook. What they did in Halloween, the garage have fake make the fake of the place. Some people was murdered. Just lay down and then already buried and with blood everywhere. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Yeah, because I don't want my daughter to get scared for this Halloween decoration. Oh, by the way, come back to the what we continue to learn. So that's what we learn about the Bullwhip effects on Friday. So come here and help your teammates, which is very important because you work as a team. Then we'll see which team performs the best. Okay. So we'll talk about the Bullwhip effects later. Okay. Order fulfillment. Is the process involved in responding to the customer demand. It's called order fulfillment. It's often a function that's affected by the degree of customization. It has different strategies for the customization. For example, engineering to order. You place order that's we engineer, design to order, make to order. Okay. Give me some example of products that are make to order. Make to order.
Like specialty cakes for like a birthday or something.
Cake boss.
Well, definitely. Birthday. Right? I would say it's not the exact make to order. It's only make to write to name. Right? So, but it definitely has some customization. Jonathan?
Maybe like a fashion boutique store. Like if you wanna, if you give the clerk like, hey, I want this, design. You can make it. I guess that would be
Definitely. That's an example. Christine?
Engagement rings.
Yeah, definitely. But it's very high level engagement. Like me, I purchased from Brunel. It's engagement ring, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I do, and usually, like, when you go to the store, and that's what you pick out. That's not the one you get. They have to make it to order, like the same size that you need and everything.
Yeah, they can be make to order, and also sometimes they will, how do you say, have your name on the ring or some whatever, love forever or something writing in the ring. But yeah, but it's pretty high level. That's you guys, girls must know some luxury brand of the purse. A lot of make to order. They didn't have any inventory unless some custom car. And the boys must know luxury cars.
Yeah.
Real luxury cars. They are definitely make to order.
Rims too.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things make to order, but we can see most of items make to order. They are high level, luxury, very expensive stuff, and they make to order. And assemble to order. I like this category. Some example assemble to order.
Like if you have like modular homes, and they're already made and stuff like that, but they have.
You mean like a mobile home, something?
Well, yeah, stuff like that, where they actually have like structural homes where they come in like pre-made pieces, and they're already made in a specific design, and they just have to bring it to your place.
Yeah, a very good example. Very good example. Yeah. House. Yeah.
Home. But IKEA.
IKEA.
You have a lot of like furniture. Like
yeah, that's assembly, right? Or like kids' toy, you have to assemble a lot. What else? Something you maybe use every day. There's some product you use every day. It's assembled to order.
Like a restaurant?
No. Product.
Computer.
Yeah. Laptop, right? Computer or desktop. Definitely is make to order, right? You see it's customization, but it's just simple assembly to order. You choose different how large of a hard drive or monitor size is assembled to order. They have this component in the stock and then make to stock. Oh, that's a tremendous example to make to stock. Give me some example. Make to stock.
like grocery store.
Grocery, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost all the stuff in grocery store make to you make that, put it in the shelf, and then wait for customer to pick up that. So I would say if we consider ABC category, definitely this is like C category item make to stock. Lots of stuff make to order. But make to order can be very luxury, has lots of profits. Okay. Assemble to order is in the middle. I really like this way, like Dell or Lenovo. When you place order online, you feel you treat as an individual customer because you can choose different settings, a monitor, a hard drive, or even the Windows system. But for them, it's pretty easy. They just assemble different components together and ship to you pretty quick. But you feel lots of customization for the assembling to order items. So that's my preference is assemble to order, but it depends on the category. So you can see that with different customization level, we know that, for example, make to order, that you have to wait for long term to get your engagement ring. Okay?
What's an example of engineered order?
Engineering order, I would say, is really high level. I think about some weapons. I would say. That's my first idea. You really have some weapons. Let's say Middle East, they really want some weapon. They have some restricts. That's like China or Russia and US. We don't have exactly the same type of Russian face for Middle East. But some government really need this weapon. We have the engineering to build from scratch to satisfy their requirement for weapon. Some flights can be another thing, right? Flights or high-level flights, right? Once we have to customize from design point. That's my source. Any other example? Maybe you guys have engineering to order example? Christine?
Private planes, they assemble them exactly how like the company or whoever is getting them wants them.
Which company?
I'm not. I don't remember the exact name of the company, but they like build private planes exactly like.
There's one place called Jetstream that does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a company called Jetstream. They build like custom private planes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm not so, frankly speaking, I'm also not very familiar with this group. This is highest level of the customization. It's just built from scratch. Just create a totally new product for you. Okay. We have to talk. I have to know what's really you want. Right? Then we can build that for you. So that's its engineering to order. That's the purpose. Any other questions? It's good? Okay. Logistics. Well, logistics is referred to the movement of material, service, cash, and information in the supply chain. Traditionally, we think about logistics in this direction, right? We ship raw material from supply to manufacturer, and then finished good, manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and then customer. But nowadays, we have considered information. Information flow can be any direction among any parts in the supply chain. Another thing, very new topic in the logistics management is reverse logistics. What does reverse logistics mean? Any idea? Reverse logistics.
Send it back.
Yeah, that's right. Why we need to send it back?
There's a
Orders might be incorrect.
Yeah, recall, right?
Yeah.
Go back and also return, recycle, right? That's the last thing we have to consider. It can ship back from customer, even the item or component of item ship back. Okay, repair. That's reverse logistics. It's very important, right? Okay, so that's something we have to consider: incoming shipments, outgoing shipments. Okay, so these movements within a facility, right? So cars and receive and ship out. And we have to handle the incoming and outgoing shipments. Okay. I think that's the end of today's class.
Would reverse logistics be more expensive than regular?
Usually it is. Two things, remember, very important. First, Wednesday, exam 2, right? Please follow the seating charts I post in Blackboard for exam 1. We have the same seats. You should have the same seats as exam 1. So, another thing, Friday. I will definitely take a participation. It's very important participation on Friday because it's the teamwork candidate. Okay.
Nah, I was debating to go back
So,
and sign it. That was
your homework.
laptop. And when that happened, pretty much, bro, I was sleeping because there was nowhere to go.
I was so dead.
I had a great time. I was not a fun, bro.
You mad?
I had a lot of fun out there, bro.
I knew I was going hard when I was nobody else.
Yeah, you don't have your name. I shouldn't grade your homework. Jonathan.
That was fast.
Frank. What? Harris.